Okay. Okay, so remember how I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna post all these videos and do the sports content stuff." I didn't do that. And then I just was like, "You know what sounds more fun? Let me stop making videos and be depressed." That was a lot of fun, but I'm going to try to not do that and I'm going to try to actually post uh videos and content. So, we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I do this every time, and then I post like 5 videos, and then I'm like, oh, that's good. That's a good that's enough content for life. So I'm gonna not try to not do that. Um, I'm gonna talk about the NBA Western Conference, and because it's a fucking shit show. It's a shit show. Aaron Rodgers looks like he's about to go on Pat McAfee's show, right now at this very moment. To say I'm going to the Jets. Surprise! Wow, no one saw that coming, Aaron. So, anyways, we're gonna talk about the Western Conference. It's a shit show right now, um, and the Lakers are gonna win the championship. So let's talk about. I'm just gonna go through every team that I think, really 10 up, because I think 10 up is really where it gets interesting. Everybody else below them is just trying to lose at this point. Utah, Portland, all those teams. Obviously, Houston, San Antonio. They're trying to lose. They want Victor. So I'm only talking about teams that are currently trying to win basketball games. The Lakers had no shot before this trade. The Lakers had none, not a single chance of shot. Russell Westbrook was the worst decision this franchise has made in years. It set us back a long time as far as assets go. It was not good. It didn't fit. The money of Russell Westbrook capped us as far as building a team around the three in a NBA where 3 stars having just 3 talented guys clearly isn't enough. And when that third talented star is quickly aging and has always been inefficient, even in his prime, alongside LeBron that needs shooters, not rim running guards, it made no sense. It never made sense. But hey, you got Russell Westbrook, and it was so fun. You didn't make the playoffs, and you probably weren't going to make it this year if you had him again. So the trade was fantastic. The trade, you ended up getting a better point guard out of it, a more efficient point guard, a point guard that is going to have fun in Los Angeles, and not only that, but a point guard that we drafted, homegrown, back to LA. It's fantastic. I love D'Angelo Russell on this basketball team. Jared Vanderbilt might be my favorite player in NBA history at this point, over LeBron James. Look, Aaron, he's ready to announce his retirement. Jared Vanderbilt. He's been fantastic. He has been a beast on the boards, which is what we needed. He has been a beast alongside Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis loves athletic rim protecting bigs. Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Thomas Bryant a little bit to an extent. He works well with those kind of guys. So Jared Vanderbilt is a great addition alongside this team. He can defend some of the best players in the league. He's good in transition. Jared Vanderbilt is the greatest player in NBA history. Don't tell me wrong. And it's just it's wild that we got him out of this deal. I actually was quite surprised. And then Malik Beasley. It's funny, Malik Beasley's value to this Lakers team was more valuable than any team in the league. And so I think Malik is thriving in this role because we're like, hey, man, we didn't have a single goddamn guy to shoot the ball previously, and it was a huge fucking problem. Now, you have the ultimate green light. Even though you're not like the most efficient shooter, you shoot them. And sometimes you make them and sometimes you don't. But that sometimes of making them is way more than anything we had previously. So Malik, fucking jack him up. Don't turn down nothing but your collar, like a great man once said. So, yeah, Malik has been great. He hit 7 threes in the first half last night, just dominating the Pelicans. So it's been great. This team has a chance now. This trade at least gave you a shot. LeBron's out. I know. Anthony Davis, he's inconsistent as hell. I know. All I know is that if you're playing a LeBron James that also hasn't played in a month at this point when he comes back, he will have not played for a month or 3 weeks. That's bubble type shit, bro. He's going to get time to rest. So with LeBron James alongside hopefully healthy Anthony Davis, alongside a roster that, what do you need in today's NBA? Depth. They have it now. Continuity. They have a lot of it now. And besides depth and continuity, you need at least one, and particularly two, all-time great talented players, right? Like, you need at least one guy, right? They have that. Those guys are healthy. If the roster is what I have seen for the past 2 weeks now, which is a good-ass roster. Rui Hachimura was a fantastic pickup. He's a swing guy, can get some buckets on the offensive end, give a bigger threat, right? But also on the defensive end, he is a guy that we can throw at some of the best guards in the Western Conference or the best swing men in the Western Conference. Same thing with Jared Vanderbilt. I just think this team has a lot more ways to win now, along with just better talent in general. So the Lakers have a shot to win the championship legitimately, or to at least make the finals, right? Like, they'd probably get dog washed by any team in the East, but they have a shot. That's all I was asking for. And in this Western Conference where Denver has lost like 5 out of 6, and Sacramento is Sacramento, right? Like, it's Sacramento. All right, like, yeah, they're the 2 seed, but they don't play any defense, and they haven't been to the playoffs, like, basically my entire conscious life, and I can purchase alcohol. So they don't. If we play Sacramento, I believe that we can win. I believe that we will win if we play Sacramento, honestly. If we play Memphis without Ja Morant, I mean, there's all types of ways that we can win, right? So the top of the Western Conference doesn't scare me, and I think that's what's so great about this whole jam-packed is that the bottom of the West is like all the guys that we would have thought could win the championship before the season, and everybody up top is the regular season kings, and we're like, but we don't really trust you. It's great. So at 10, the Lakers have a shot, and that's going to be my longest monologue of this whole thing. So the Dallas Mavericks. Do they have a shot? Yes, but it's slim. It's probably way slimmer than even the Lakers because, look, they haven't played good basketball since Kyrie Irving showed up, and they don't play defense, which is the only thing that they could hang their hat on at least last year because They had what? Continuity, because they had continuity, defense, and an all-time great player? Yes. Their talent around that all-time great player was so bad that, there was such a ceiling to it, and the ceiling was the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors where they got swept. However, they had a shot. I don't even know if they have a shot anymore because at the end of the day, Luka and Kyrie can get you as many buckets as you want. If you aren't playing defense, you can't win any games. So I really think that for Dallas to do anything in this Western Conference, it's going to have to be a Luka and Kyrie show. And I don't just mean show. They have to average like 30 each, bro. Like, it's got to be something crazy. So as much as I would love to say that Dallas can go far, because I would love to watch more Dallas Mavericks basketball. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic, sign me up. Dwight Powell and Maxi Kleber, don't sign me up. That sounds like ass. So I don't really know what's gonna happen with this whole Dallas situation because Kyrie just gonna show up to be in the play-in and then they like lose in the play-in or they make the play-in and lose in 4 to the Nuggets or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with this Maverick situation, and it's a little messy. I'm gonna be honest. It's a little messy. Trading for Kyrie Irving usually ends up that way. Lakers don't do it. We have a better roster now. Do not. I swear to fuck. If you trade for Kyrie Irving last offseason, I was about it, right? I had Russell Westbrook, no other people. That was our thing. But now it's like, I don't know. I like Jared Vanderbilt and Kyrie Irving, or not Kyrie, and D'Angelo Russell and depth over Kyrie, LeBron, AD, and a bunch of scrubs. All guys that wouldn't be playing any games anyways. That wasn't supposed to be about the Lakers, but it ended up being about the Lakers. So, who's the next team? and that's the Thunder and Mavericks and the Lakers are all tied for 8 right now, as of the 15th of March. So, I mean, this is so tight. So the Thunder, I mean, fun team, right? Fun team. Shea balling out. You honestly got some great pieces. Jalen Williams, the good one. You got Trey Mann. You got Lou Dort. There are a lot of pieces to like. Chet just sitting in the wings. I like a lot of this. Is it their year? No, it's not. Making the play-in, probably a success for this team at this point, considering that we thought they were going to try to lose games for Victor Wembanyama. So that's good. Good for them. I think they're having a great season for what they are. I think they could make some noise in the play-in. They could make the playoffs. But do I realistically see the Thunder beating a Denver or a Sacramento or maybe a Memphis? But they would have to make the 6th seed. I don't see that out of Oklahoma. So, as much as I would love to root for this team and say they're going to go far, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to hold up the fucking finals MVP, that's not going to happen. So, yeah, I mean, I would give the Oklahoma City Thunder just a big thumbs up for the season. The Minnesota Timberwolves, really, really, really weird season. Trade for Rudy Gobert, probably going to go down as one of the worst trades in NBA history for all the assets you gave up. I mean, thanks for Jared Vanderbilt, you idiots. I know Utah gave it to us, but like they give him up at first, so whatever. But yeah, I will take Jared Vanderbilt all day, every day. But yeah, and just trading 5 first-round picks virtually and Kessler. I don't know whether it was first in Kessler or 4 or Kessler or 5 or Kessler. I don't know. But that was a bad trade. However, and then like Karl Anthony Towns goes out, and then they're like, we traded to have these 2 big men. But now it's like Rudy Gobert's actually been doing well as just their singular big. So it's like, is Karl Anthony Towns the problem? I don't know. But that's why this trade was dumb in the first place. Because like, what are you doing? But they're still a solid like roster. They're trying hard. They had D'Angelo Russell. I actually got to go see D'Angelo Russell on the Timberwolves this year. Gave me a little wave. I said, "Come back to the Lakers." He's on the Lakers. Wow, look at that. But yeah, I mean the Timberwolves are here. They're trying their best. They'll probably be in the play-in. And yeah, they're the 7th seed right now. Sure, the Timberwolves are the 7th seed. I don't trust it. I think their roster is okay at best right now. But they made a trade at the beginning of the season for championship aspirations. So I will say they're trying really hard to win a lot of games right now. So yeah, not a very interesting 7th seed, gonna be honest. I'm moving on. More interesting, the Clippers at 6. They're 36 and 33. I really liked the Clippers before they got Russell Westbrook. I was like, Kawhi is looking really good. Like, Kawhi looks like he's in a man's body right now. And he's balling out. Kawhi's looking great. Paul George, he's Paul George. The Clippers are the Clippers. But I think this is the best shot they've had out of all the years that they've been in the West. I think this is definitely maybe not the worst West that we've had necessarily, but this is the least top-heavy West. This is the most theoretically open. I do like that. Open West, right? So the Clippers should have as best of a shot as anybody. I really hate the Russell Westbrook acquisition. It did nothing but complicate the rotation. And at this point in the season, you need to be finding your rotation. You need to be fine-tuning things, not figuring things out, right? Do I think the Clippers can win the championship? Sure, theoretically, just like always with the Clippers. But I need to see it. I don't think, I think it's a second round. Realistically, I think it's a second round ceiling. Realistically. Like, yeah, they can win the championship if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George just play out of their minds. But I just honestly at this point in my NBA watching life, I don't see Russell Westbrook contributing to winning basketball. And if they get rid of him before the postseason, or if he's just out of the rotation, or if he's just like getting some solid minutes off the bench even, I'm interested. But don't start Russell Westbrook. This isn't a big three. Like I said with the Lakers, it's not a big three. Big threes are done right now, and the third is trash. So yeah, the Clippers are an interesting team, obviously. They have their three big guys. They are the Warriors. They're in California. That's basically the only reasons you can say they can win a championship this year at this point, because they can't win on the road, y'all. I don't care how good their home record could be. They aren't winning games on the road. If you want to win any series in the playoffs, let alone a fucking round or more than 2 games in the playoffs, you need to be able to win on the goddamn road, man. You need to be able to go into a hostile environment and just lock down with your boys. And obvious point as to why they could be bad on the fucking road. Let me think. I don't know. A teammate punched another teammate in the face before the season started. Surprise. Does Golden State theoretically have a chance? Sure, I guess. But they can't win on the road, and Jordan Poole has been obviously very weird tendencies this season. They're called bad tendencies. That's what they're called. They're not called weird. They're called really bad tendencies, where he doesn't play any defense, and then he has horrible turnovers and horrible shots. And that's just that alongside a Draymond Green that has no authority because, he punched someone in the face. And, I think like Steph and Klay have been playing amazing, which is so sad about this. Like their Splash Brothers have been playing OG style great. I still don't think they can win a championship. I'd be surprised if they made it to the Western Conference Finals. The reason they won last year was because of continuity and being able to play defense and having a rotation just like every other champion for the past 5 seasons. They had Gary Payton, and they had Iggy still kind of playing okay, and they had Wiggins wasn't out for personal reasons, and everything came together, and there was also a chip on their shoulder, right? And they started the season fantastic, and they were able to coast for the rest of the season into the playoffs. And they also got some pretty favorable matchups in the playoffs, let's be honest. I mean, they missed their number 1 opponent who matched up with them the best in Phoenix. So I have no hatred towards Golden State or anything. I thought it was super cool when they won the championship last year. If you're 7-27 or whatever on the road, you're not winning the fucking championship. Sorry. But at the same time, with all that said, the West is so open that every single conversation with saying this team can't do it is dumb. Because if I'm saying everybody can't do it, then somebody has to make it. And I think that's the whole point of this video, is it's so interesting that literally everybody in the West, it feels like there's stuff that you can just be like, you think they're winning the championship? This is why they want. This is why they want. But somebody has to. Somebody has to just like after all this conversation, Denver's just gonna make it to the finals, and we're gonna be like, oh, the 1 seed made it. Like, I don't know. I just feel like we're all being dumb, and Denver's gonna make it or some shit. But anyways, overthinking it. But I would love to root for Golden State. However, I don't think it's in the cards this year. Sorry, Golden State. And they also have, 6 games coming up that are really either hard or on the road. You gotta win the road, man. You gotta win on the road. And then Phoenix has 4. And obviously, I think Phoenix can win the championship because of Kevin Durant. But, hey, Kevin Durant, don't slip in warm-ups and get injured. And again, God, every team has, such obvious points of contention. Devin Booker, most serious injury he's had in his entire career was this season. Chris Paul looks really old and gets injured all the fucking time. And Kevin Durant, ever since the Achilles, has been an injury-prone player. There's nothing else to say. LeBron James and Anthony Davis have both played more games than Kevin Durant. So, Kevin Durant at this point, Phoenix obviously has a fucking chance to win the championship. It's just like, are my guys going to stay healthy? Are the number 1, 2, and 3 going to actually be able to play basketball? If they can, then they should win the championship, or they should at least make the finals. I think if they made the finals, they'd probably have some pretty tough. I mean, anybody coming out of the East is going to be a really hard opponent. But I just don't know. I don't know with Phoenix. And that, again, that's the point I keep coming back to, is I don't know. And that's why I think this is definitely the most intriguing Western Conference that there has ever been. Just because I think there's virtually 7, 8 teams that can actually make the finals, which is crazy. Phoenix has a shot. Kevin Durant has to play. And also, he's going to be, like I said about Russell Westbrook and how you should be fine-tuning the rotation at this point. They are not going to be fine-tuning their rotation. They're going to be plugging in Kevin Durant in the midst of a postseason series and just try to acclimate him right then and there. I don't think that will work, surprisingly. But who knows? Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton just might be enough talent to just say, fuck you, we're better than you, and win the goddamn championship. I don't know. So the moment, of course, as I'm editing this video, I get the news that Ja Morant got suspended. How many games is it? Unpay? Sheesh. Okay, Ja Morant has been suspended 8 games without pay. Yeah, so it looks like Ja Morant will be back for the postseason. So that does change my opinion quite a bit on the Grizzlies. And I'll just say that the Grizzlies are good, yeah. But yeah, it's like, of course, right as I fucking film the video, like the moment after I'm done, it's like, Ja Morant, all right, here's the news. So yeah, there's that update because I didn't know that at the time. So Memphis at 3, there's nothing else to be said besides they would have been a really fun team that had a chance to go far if Ja Morant was there. Ja Morant is not currently there. Ja Morant is dealing with a lot of shit right now. So there's nothing else to be said, but besides that, they're probably a team that will lose in the first or second round because they don't have their best player and their role players or whatever. That's where they're at. Sorry. And Sacramento, Sacramento, man. I mean, what a way to just ball. I mean, you're balling out right now, y'all. Y'all are balling out. And De'Aaron Fox could be a first or second team guy this year. Domantas Sabonis could be a second or third team guy this year. You had 2 All-Stars this season. Your offense is, I think right now it's the best in the league by a wide margin. I could be wrong on that. I feel like I saw something yesterday that said that they're the best offense in the league. Whatever. Their offense is fantastic. You can't play any defense, man. De'Aaron Fox isn't going to stop anybody. Domantas Sabonis isn't going to stop anybody. And all your other role players are solid, right? But, like, you haven't made the postseason in 15 years, You haven't made the postseason. I can drink alcohol, and I don't consciously remember the Sacramento Kings being in the postseason. My entire life, I don't remember it. There's not a single memory of the Sacramento Kings being in the playoffs. I can legally buy alcohol. That's not good. So, that's why I don't believe in you, Sacramento. I think you'll lose in the first or second round, legitimately. Is that taking away from what you guys did this season? Absolutely not. Don't make the playoffs for 14, 15 years. The one you make it in, you're the 2 seed. I feel like that is a huge thumbs up, and the roster is in a fantastic, momentous spot. You got momentum. Is that the correct? I don't know. You're in the right direction, right? Like, you're playing winning basketball, and that's all Sacramento has fucking asked for a decade, right? Like, that's all I've asked for. So, you're getting it. You will be in the postseason. You could make the Western Conference Finals. That would be crazy. But I don't see it. I think you lose in this first or second round. Sorry, but show it to me, please. And we'll see. And then there's Denver. Denver is a team that I thought would be great in the regular season. I had them being like 1 or 3 or some. I had them being really high up there, and it's only because I knew Michael Porter Jr. was back and was going to play games. Jamal Murray was going to be back and playing games, and Jokic was going to be still here, putting up MVP type numbers. It looks like it might slip away from him. Looks like the MVP might slip away from him from the last second. We'll see what happens with that, but I mean, Denver, fantastic team. I love everything about them. KCP is a fantastic role player for them. Jamal Murray has been looking pretty solid. Michael Porter Jr. he just shoots everything he touches. It's a fine team, right? Like it is a good team that could definitely make the finals right now. If I had to pick, yeah, I'd probably say Denver. They're the 1 seed, and they've been playing the best basketball in the West by far the whole season. So, shocker. But, and it's not like they're a 1 seed like the Atlanta Hawks or the Utah Jazz. I don't look at them as the same 1 seed as those teams with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, and then with Jeff Teague and Kyle Korver and Paul Millsap. And I don't look at Al Horford. Did I say that? I don't look at those teams as the same teams because this team in Denver has one of the best players in the league and a MVP, not just caliber, but a 2-time MVP. And it could be a 3-time. So, to say Denver doesn't have a shot or what, that would be dumb. To say they're probably not the favorites is also dumb, just because the rest of the Western Conference. However, they are one of the more beatable 1 seeds that we've seen in a long time. They're not in the category of a Utah, or they're not in the category of an Atlanta. But if my team's playing them, I think we can beat them. You know what I'm saying? So, the West is a fucking shit show. I have no idea. I feel like the 1 through 10 seeds could all make it to the finals, besides like the Timberwolves and the Thunder, and I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers made it. I wouldn't be shocked if the Clippers made it. I'd be kind of shocked if the Warriors made it, but it's the Warriors. It's like the Kings, the Nuggets. Those are all teams that could really. The Suns. I mean, that's 6 teams right there that right now can make it. Like right now, playing well right now and have the talent right now. So I don't know what's going to happen. I hope the Lakers jump up into the actual postseason. We don't have to play in the play-in, and we win the championship, and LeBron James has 5, and I can just say suck it to everybody. But that's probably not going to happen, so we'll see. But glad to be hopefully back. I don't know. We'll see. I never end up staying consistent with this type of shit. So, yeah, I'm back. I'll probably do this format. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. So that's the video.